Hello, guys, and welcome back to the NW Sportscast. The Mariners fall to the Colorado Rockies 2-1 in a game that should have been really ended in the bottom of the ninth inning. The Rockies should have, could have, would have ended it if it wasn't for a fan interference and one of the most wild endings I have seen in a long time. Dylan Moore reaches up, and as he reaches up to get the ball, he maybe clipped the right arm of a Rockies fan. And because of that, and then the Rockies fan not being able to catch the baseball and leaning over the wall, the Mariners were awarded an out on that play. A really unfortunate beat for the Rockies. I think there was a 95% chance Dylan Moore was not getting that baseball. However, by the letter of the law, that's the right call. Dylan Moore, he was impeded by a fan, and there was a potential chance, a non-zero chance that that ball could have been caught by Dylan Moore. And because of that, the Mariners were awarded, a ninth life in the 10th inning. And offensively, they get their one run. They scrape it across. J.P. Crawford gets it done with an RBI, and then Julio and Mitch proceed to look really, really bad. However, then you go into the bottom of the 10th, and the Rockies just did what they needed to do. They put, just soft contact in play. Charlie Blackmon, a fast runner, just kind of a dribbler into the, second, kind of straight back up the middle, more shading towards that second base side. Polanco made a diving save, but could not get him at first. And then Tovar kind of just slapped one into right. And then McMahon, with just a ground ball to J.P. Crawford, who was playing infield in. And the dangers of infield in is obviously it's hard to make those kind of reaction type plays because you just have that little ground, really to make a reaction for it. J.P. Crawford, who is a good fielder, not a great one, and was unable to make the game-saving stop and throw it home to Cal Raleigh. So the Mariners lose the game 2-1. They probably should have lost this one anyways. It was kind of remind me of a scenario, just like you're playing basketball and you go up and you definitely get fouled and, you get kind of hosed and everyone calls it a foul. But then you say, okay, let's shoot for it. You shoot for it and then you make it and it is a foul call. That's kind of what this seemed like to me. The Rockies should have won this game and they had an opportunity to prove it in the 10th inning, and destiny favored them with a 2-1 win. It's frustrating, sure, but it's hard to really tell. I think the Rockies played better. They put up 10 hits to our 6. George Kirby looked good, not great, despite the 5 innings of scoreless ball. Did give up 5 hits and was pulled after just 5 innings. He was at about 88 pitches, I believe. Scott Service decided to pull him at that point. We had that whole thing last season where he was complaining about how he wanted to get pulled earlier. I think he went 7 scoreless, and then Scott Service threw him back out there for the 8th. I forget what game that was against, but then he gave up a few runs. And in his post-game, little questions from the press, he said he kind of called out Scott Service and said he should have pulled him earlier. I'm not going to say that's the reason why Scott Service pulled him in this scenario. However, I do think it definitely plays a factor. George Kirby gets pulled after 5. Looked good. He had 7 strikeouts, which is, for George Kirby, a K9 above 9 is quite good. So he was looking at just a little bit above a strikeout for every inning he was pitching, which is, that's all you can hope for with George Kirby. And then the bullpen, as they've looked all year, looked shut down. They looked great. Ryan Stanek looked amazing in that 8th inning, got bailed out in the 9th like I talked about. And then Munoz, it was just kind of unfortunate. They didn't really hit the ball hard. You already have that automatic guy at second. What can you really do? That ground ball to J.P. Crawford, if that guy didn't start at second, would have been a double play ball because they would have not gone infield in. The Polanco, ball was kind of unlucky. Polanco maybe could have made a play on that. It seemed like he didn't get a great jump, kind of got caught flat-footed in my opinion, but he made that stop anyways. I don't know. It didn't feel like Andres Munoz was to blame for this loss. That's not what I'm going to point it at. I'm going to point at the offense. It's unfortunate. Yesterday, after scoring, 11 runs, they were unable to scrap one across in 9 innings of play. Definitely unfortunate. Let's go over the box score really, really quickly. J.P. Crawford went 1 for 3. Julio goes 2 for 5, and Haniger checks in with 1 for 5. But Haniger looked really bad. His single in that first inning was a 77-mile-per-hour ball that definitely could have gone the other way. And then he had 3 strikeouts after that. And for some reason, I'm blanking on what happened in the 10th. Might have been 4, but it might have been a ground ball. Either way, Mitch Haniger did not look great. However, the top 3 guys all getting a hit. Solid. Cal Raleigh goes 0 for on 5 plate appearances. Ty France goes 0 for 3, but he does draw a walk. Mitch Garver goes 0 for 4, so that middle of the lineup, the first 3, they all got a hit. The next 3 did not, and that was kind of the story of the game. You would have opportunities with guys on, and then it just seemed like every time there was a chance, the next guy would not be able to get that hit until J.P. Crawford did in the 10th, but at that point, it was a little bit too late. Josh Rojas checks in with a hit. Dylan Moore, he goes 1 for 2 with a really, really good day defensively. Obviously, he hit that game-saving stop in the 9th, which I don't think he would have stopped, but whatever. If he's not in that position to make a jumping catch, we're not even going to the 10th inning. So he had a few other good plays. He saved a run earlier in the game. So Dylan Moore, I think he looked really, really good defensively today, and he checks in with a hit. Jonathan Clase goes 0 for 3, and then Polanco checks in for him with a runner on first. He grounds out into a double play. That's the most freaking Mariner typical thing I've ever experienced in my life. You got your star second baseman that you acquired in the offseason, and you pinch hit him for your rookie, and of course, Clase rolls into a double play. Doing a little bit of rhyming. I'm a Dr. Seuss character, play and, double play, and I don't even know what my other Clase. Jonathan Clase double play. I don't know what I'm rambling about, guys. Bottom line, the Mariners could have won this game. They didn't. The Rockies probably deserved to win this game, and they did. I don't know why the Mariners said they scored 11 runs last night. They scored 7. I'm really, really tired if you cannot tell, but I will have another post-game out for you guys. An 8:10 p.m. start. I'm not sure if that's East Coast or West Coast time. It's definitely not West Coast time, but, you got an evening game. We got the day-night doubleheader against the 5-16 Rockies. Hopefully the Mariners pick up the series win, and I say that in quotation marks because, of course, that game on Friday was not played. That will... it did get played. I moved to this Sunday. So this will pick up the series win if the Mariners get this done today. And, the odds are definitely in our favor. We'll have to see, but hopefully the Mariners offense can kind of pick it up from this, this day game and turns it around in the nighttime. Because if the Mariners do what they did in the day game again tonight, will not be good for the Mariners. However, there's still another chance to get it done. Let's see what happens. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching, subscribing, liking, commenting. You know the deal. This is the NW Sportscast. See you guys, and as always, go Mariners.